Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we'd like to give all glory and honor and praises
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
And double honor to our apostles, great millstone. Salutations to the actual four corners, which is truth and all sincerity. All right, love, diligence, respect, fear, and trembling. And hey, we just gonna get into it, man. The Lord is revealing the devil through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and he's using, first and foremost, he's using the prophets. And then what's a flip side to it, he's using men that is not a part of the ministry. You know, it's an all around expose on the so-called white man who is the Edomite according to the Bible, man. The things that we've been speaking about and prophesying about, they're happening according to the Bible. This devil is being revealed. Okay, and that's the number one key indicator that this devil is going to be going down soon. Okay, like the brothers were speaking about in the chat room earlier, this whole, now it's a war on hate. Okay,
Anti-Semitism.
yeah, that anti shit is a war on hate, you know, and that actually brings in the famine of the word. Okay, so that's bringing in prophecy with this whole situation that's going on with Kanye. These little hats is being exposed. Okay, but one thing Kanye ain't gonna tell them, he's not gonna tell them that they're not the people. We the ones who got to tell you that they're not the people, man, and that they're Edomites. Okay, according to the scripture, these people are Edomites, man. All right. Now you got different tribes of Edom. The Amalekites are. If a brother can get there real quick about the Amalekites being first of the nation, those are the top Edomites. You know, and they're being revealed. Okay. You gotta. Oh, Baba Kushab. We're gonna get into who is the real Jew.
Yes.
Okay. Because when you go into the scriptures, the Jews don't just consist of Judah. The Jews consist of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Okay? And the brother can get that precept on deck, proving that the Jews is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Okay? Go ahead, you got it.
This is Numbers chapter 24 and 20. It says, and when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
Now check this out. Now this is a story of, what is it? Balaam and Balak. Okay, Balaam was a Moabite?
A Midianite.
Midianite, Salakia. Balaam was a Midianite. Okay, so the Lord was giving this Midianite a vision of the end time. Okay, so you know what? If you want to actually get the whole story, we can start with this real quick.
Yeah, that's
Because what's happening is you got these nations trying to put the curses on Jacob, okay, which is the 12 tribes. All right, and Baba Kishai, get the sign real quick. Get the sign. All right. The 12 tribes, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay, of the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right. And these nations, and somebody hold on deck Psalms, the 83rd chapter. Okay. Everything that's going on in this world is surfacing around who the Lord's chosen are, man. Okay. So the other nations is putting curses and doing sorcery and witchcraft on these people right here. First and foremost, that we won't be able to understand and know who we are. That's the Psalms, the 83rd chapter. You see? But now in this time, what's happening is, which is a beautiful prophecy, somebody get Hosea 1 and 10. You know what? Get that for me, Hosea 1 and 10. Because the Lord's people is being exposed to the world now. Okay? One of the major prophecies. Okay? Before we get into that numbers, get Hosea 1 and 10, and then somebody get Isaiah 25 and 7.
It's the book of Hosea 1 and 10. It says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered.
Right?
And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
Read that again, Bible Shah.
Hosea 1:10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
The children of Israel consist of the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? Now the prophecy, what our father Abraham was given, that he would be as would be a multitude of people. Remember, the scripture speaks about when Jacob said a company,
A nation, a company, a nation.
a company and a nation. What is that? What
A nation and a company.
a nation and a company of nations. Okay? So these people on this sign, we are a big number out here, man. And all these people love having fucking sex. So this is the prophecy that we're gonna be as the sand of the sea, man. And it started with what they call what they say, Father Abraham,
Right.
Abraham.
Right. I was going to get Genesis 15.
You know what I'm saying? So what's happening is, go ahead.
Hosea 1:10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea,
Right?
which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people.
Now, what place was that? Okay, now first and foremost, it was speaking about in Rome, all right, in the time of the Romans, when the Israelite foreigners were scattered, when the scattered Israelites from the circumcision, which is the Jews, all right, they were saying that these ain't the Lord's people, man, because of what because they wasn't brought up in the customs. Now, well, this is Rome 2.0. So the same vibration, the same thing is happening right now. Nothing new under the sun. Okay? So read that again.
Hosea 1:10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea,
Right?
which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people,
Right. Lo Ami. Right? Because back in the La Ami. Because back in that time period, when Paul had his ministry, he was waking up the Gentiles, which was the scattered Israelites. And you have the Jews saying that you're not the Lord's people because y'all was brought up in other customs, other religions, so to speak. Y'all worship other idols and gods and things of that nature. Well, that same thing is happening right now, where they saying that we're not the people. Okay? You notice how they never said that what Kanye West or any Kanye West, you notice that they never said that he was lying. You see, when he said we are the real Jews, nobody said that he wasn't lying about that. But they're hitting on the point of him saying that we are the Jews, and that they are. See, by telling the truth, by saying that we are the Jews, they say that that's anti-Semitism. When we say that we are the people, that's anti-Semitism. How? When we come out of the line of Shem. Somebody get real quick, 2 Maccabees 6:6.
I got you.
Because this is the psyop. This is psychological warfare, right? What's going on right now. Go ahead. 2 Maccabees 6:6.
This is 2 Maccabees 6:6. It say, neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts.
Right? Now this is dealing in the Greek Empire. They couldn't keep our high holy days. All right? They tried to brush away our heritage and they want us to keep calling ourselves African American. Proverbs and bywords, right? They want us to keep saying African American. They want us to keep being the Mexicans and Puerto Ricans and Native Americans or backward savage, you know, spits, wetbacks. They want us to subscribe to those terms, man. Go ahead.
This back in 2 Maccabees 6:6. It say, neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts,
Right?
or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
See, read it again. Read it aloud.
Come.
Read it aloud.
This is on 2 Maccabees 6:6. It say, neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts,
Right?
or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
See, back in the Greek Empire, right? Which this is Greek all over again. This is Rome all over again. So we couldn't confess to be a Jew, and this is what we've been saying first and foremost. But the Lord is powerful. He got another someone who's not a part of the truth, not a part of the true ministry. He's actually professing to be a Jew. You know what I'm saying? And they're basically killing him for it. They taking everything from him. Now you had other people say, other celebrities been saying this, but he's actually on the tip of being bold and exposing the workings of the so-called Jew, the Jewish people. Okay, which, like he said in the interview with Lex, he said ish pertaining to or something, whatever he said. He made a distinction. He said, so you're saying you're Jewish? He said, no, I'm a Jew. And he said ish because he watches the prophets, man.
That's right.
The world is watching the prophets. And the Lord has the spirit on him to expose more than anybody has ever did. But that's all working in our favor, though, because that's going to bring in a famine of the word, this whole war on hate speech. You guess what I'm saying?
Yeah, God.
Go ahead, bro.
I just want to add too, because they're also making it seem like he's nuts, he's crazy. He don't
Yeah,
know
they
what
gonna have
he's
to make
talking
you seem
about.
like he's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why every picture that they post up, he got the rugged beard.
Yeah.
You know, now whether it's a controlled opposition, yeah, it is controlled, because guess who's controlling it? Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
That's right.
Regardless if it's in the protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion, because I've been bringing, I always bring that. I always bring that same topic out through the Spirit. A while ago, you know, that they said that they were gonna use their agents to actually openly come against them so they can bring down judgment. Well, this is a part of the protocols, but ultimately this is a part of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because the scriptures speak about a man's goings of the Lord. See, what these devils is putting in their books and they're making their quote-unquote left-hand prophecies come to pass is all of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. So throughout it all, we win. Because we understand that what's going to bring is draconian laws, hate speech. And ultimately what that's going to do is bring in the famine of the word. See? To fulfill Revelation, the 12th chapter. Go ahead, I got it.
Yep. This is Isaiah 29:21. It says that make a man an offender for a word.
Did you make a man of offender for a word? Okay, what word? This word. So they're saying now they're offended about speaking about us speaking the truth.
Yep.
They're offended that Kanye is speaking the truth. That we are the real Jews. You know, and how about Shemal Shah? Because now it's going. This is global now.
Right, Matthew
See,
24:14.
this is global. Go ahead. Go ahead. What have you got? Go ahead.
Yep. This back in Isaiah 29:21 says that make a man an offender for a word,
Right.
and lay a snare for him.
And lay a snare for him. See? Now it's a trap that's being made on the Israelites who's confessing that they're Jews, man. You see? that snare is they're finna bring in these laws to come down on Jacob. Okay? Read that again.
It says that make a man an offender for a word,
Right.
and lay a snare for him,
Right.
that reproveth in the gate.
See? They're reproving the gate. And what's the gates? See, we're reproving on the highways and hedges. Hell, the media, that's the gate.
Yep.
That's the gate. That's the floodgate. The media is the floodgate where everything comes through. Okay? So they're gonna reprove him out in the open.
Yep, that's right.
That's what they're gonna do to us very soon.
Convict him on national TV.
Yeah, exactly. He's being persecuted.
Yep.
You see, he's being persecuted on the level, on a psyop tip, is to get everybody to be scared to come against the little head people. That's what this is about.
And
And
it's
so they
raising
can be
that awareness.
scared to come up against them. And you see Charlemagne and all these bitch ass motherfucking celebrities, they scared as fuck what he's doing. So everybody is denouncing him. All of them, Noriega, Ice Cube, bitch ass, gonna say some, he don't know what he talking about. Nigga, in the fucking 90s, in the 90s, nigga, you was going against Jerry Heller,
Yep.
who was a fucking Jew.
Yeah. They
See?
put up his old comments on Twitter about how the
You was coming up against
Yeah.
the same shit that Kanye is doing
Yeah.
right now, and they shut your bitch ass up.
exactly.
As soon as Salakia, as soon as you made that that song back in the 90s, No Vaseline, you threw Jerry Heller name in it. man.
Exactly.
You know?
So Ye is doing the same shit that you did, Q. So the Lord gonna fuck your punk ass up too, nigga. You know? Charlemagne was on Vlad. All right? I don't know how long ago, but maybe a couple of years ago, he was on Vlad, and they began to speak about the so-called Jew. And the nigga said, it's getting hot in here. I don't want to talk about this. And he said, I'm uncomfortable talking about this. Why? Because you niggas in the industry know that these fucking so-called Jews, the Jewish people, all right, that they run the goddamn industry, they run the media, every fucking thing, man.
Kanye dropped names on it. What's the dude's name? Leo Cohen, the head of Atlantic.
Yeah.
He used to be one of the head executives of Def Jam back in the 90s.
Yep.
Yeah, because he had an interview with the Breakfast Club. Basically, they were saying, you know, you rather get paid off of the destruction on the, you know, the black music. And he said, you know, I got a family to feed as well.
Exactly.
So these fuckers don't care about
The depth is depth. They're
Yeah.
promoting decadence, man.
Yep.
And they know it. That motherfucker know it, man. They know they're promoting decadence to destroy our nation, man. That's what Psalms 83 is about, too. Okay? They're destroying our nation, and they know what the fuck they doing. So how the fuck he said DEFCON 3. DEFCON don't have nothing to do with destroying, killing anybody. It's a defense. It's DEFCON. DEFCON is a military defense tactic. So he was really saying, I'm going to defend myself. That's what he was saying. I'm going to go DEFCON 3. And they spent it. Because niggas don't know what DEFCON means.
Yep, exactly.
And it's not DEATH. It's really DEF.
Yep. Yep.
Defender.
Yep.
Okay?
For defense.
DEFCON
That's what
3 is a
military
defense.
is.
It's a military. And his brother knows because he was in the military.
Military.
So they spent the shit, man.
Right. And they had that one boy here, Edomite bitch that was crying on I forget what.
Oh, you talking about lead? What's her name?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis, you stupid bitch.
She said, I hope they take his kids somewhere.
Right. So you
That's
hope
the
the man,
Halloween
yeah, the Halloween bitch.
But they've been doing
I
that.
hope the bitch died at Halloween too. The last Halloween. It was woo! This is. Go ahead. I'm talking about the movie, motherfuckers. Shit. But right, and she's an actor. She act like she was so hurt. Get the fuck out of here, man. You niggas is being exposed. The real niggas is you so-called white people, you Edomites. Beginning with the top tribe, which is the Ish people, man, the Amalekites, man. Y'all being exposed. I don't give a fuck. Cut the channel, strike it. Don't motherfucking matter. Because sooner or later it's gonna be famine of the word, man. We ain't gonna hold our tongue. We got backup pages. Keep deleting them. It don't fucking matter at this point.
You exposed.
You exposed, right?
Shall the wicked be revealed.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 32:5. It says, "The vile person shall be no more called liberal."
Yeah, the vile person shall be no more called liberal, man. You see? Because you people have this ideology that y'all push into the world, that y'all the most holiest people. Y'all not the Lord's people, man. Y'all not the chosen. And that's the thing. Y'all being exposed on y'all not the chosen people, man.
And that's a fact, because you know, we've lived in the so-called Ish people's neighborhood, man. You people
Exactly.
are disgusting, man.
Disgusting.
Exactly.
Scripture also said that, hey, we're going to remember ourselves in our captivity, in the land of our captivity.
Yep.
And this is what's going on right now. It's been exposed to a full extent.
That's that Hosea 1:10.
Right.
Baruch 2:30.
That's it.
But it
Go
says,
ahead.
it's like it says, "The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the trill said to be bountiful."
See?
You ain't gonna be respected.
Exactly. And that's what's happening. And you know what's funny is that other Edomites that's not of the
Right.
the stock of the Jewish, right? The other Edomites, they don't fuck with you damn Ish people, man.
Because they want the
Those Edomite Christians, they hate the fucking Ish people, man. They don't fuck with y'all. The normal Edomite don't even fuck with the goddamn Ish people.
Magog don't either.
You know? Because they know y'all a bunch of rat bastards, man. That's why back in 1883, you had something called the Russian pogroms, man. And the Russian pogroms was the Russians over there in Europe and all in that area zone. They was basically whooping you goddamn Jews' ass because you motherfuckers was dirty, man. Y'all was nasty. Y'all was thieves. Y'all was taking their businesses away. All right. Y'all was usury.
Y'all greedy, man.
That's where usually the interest on the loans.
Yeah.
That's where it came from.
Yeah.
It came
Look up
from
Russian.
Amalek.
Look up the Russian pogroms, man. Because that was one of the back doors on how they what's his name? Edmund D. Rockefeller or Evan D. Rothschild used that situation Okay, that's how it began to start for them to get over to Jerusalem, man. When you do the research about it, I'm talking about before 1949, before the Balfour Declaration, man. You go into the Russian pogroms, all right, and that's when they were fighting against those Russians over there because they were some nasty ass gutter rats, man. They was fighting Edomites against Edomites.
Yeah, they bring decades
right
wherever Amalek goes.
Yeah.
That's why they was getting kicked out of all these nations.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. So that's why they were like, all right, we gotta get these niggas out of our spot.
Their core belief is the Talmud.
Yeah.
When you go into the Talmud, it goes into how it goes into their iniquity. It goes into how wicked they do things.
Witchcraft. It's a Babylonian worship.
Yep. Before you get there, go ahead, finish that.
Verse 6 says, "For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy."
That's him. He is a fucking hypocrite, man. This devil is a hypocrite. All right? He's a fucking hypocrite. An
And
actor.
That's how they got all their riches.
He's an actor. Yeah, through hypocrisy, man. All right? Now, here it is. Every time somebody says something against you, it's people, you want to get on the news and say, just like they did Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
All right, go to the Holocaust Museum. You know? And that's why, and it's the same thing. Everybody say go to the Holocaust Museum. That's why my man Jay said, well, shit, our Holocaust is Planned Parenthood.
Right.
Ain't nobody say nothing about that.
Oh,
They ain't say nothing about that.
you find out that
Eugenics in World War II.
Right.
Bible Belt Christians fund Israelis, and over there they fund abortions. I think that's one of the highest things that they fund.
It's
is
something.
abortions.
It's something
Something
billion.
like that, yeah.
It's something billion. I just seen something on there
Yeah,
too.
yeah, kind
It's about whatever billion that they spend on abortion over there in Israel, man. Them people promote death. Okay, go ahead. Al.
It says, "To practice hypocrisy and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail."
See,
It says, "The instruments also of the churl are evil."
the instruments also of the churl are evil. See, that's the wickedness that they promote. Okay, that's through their media. That's through their laws. Okay, that's what they promote. Nothing but vile iniquity, man. If you say anything against them, your whole life is over with, man. That's how you know what Ye was saying was 100% true.
Like, you know, 3 billion, like, in the first few
Within
days.
a
Lost
day.
2 billion
Yeah.
in 2 days.
And they showing it out in the open.
Just to serve the Lord.
No, practically exposing themselves because I seen a comment and it said that like if what Ye is saying is not true, then why are they going to the extreme?
They going to
what
the
they're
extreme
doing.
and killing.
So they're exposing themselves.
They
made a
exposing
comment.
their hand. And you know what? All over the internet, people is coming to that realization. But the only ones that ain't speaking about it is you funky ass celebrities, man. You other niggas, you niggas in the industry, y'all supposed to back him. Cause guess what? All of you industry people been speaking out within the last couple of years saying that we are the chosen. We the Hebrews.
That's
The
why you
original
call
man.
Israel.
We the Jews. All you niggas said it. Nick Cannon said it. All right. Carmelo Anthony said it. Cat Williams was on camera said, "I know I'm an Israelite." All you celebrities been saying it. So now when Ye do it, y'all trying to hide yourself from him because he's taking it to another level that you bitch ass niggas will never do.
That's why he called out Puffy and
All of them know
all
it.
He made a comment. He made a comment. So I'm tired of being, how do you say, silenced
Yeah.
against the Jews that run their own agenda.
Yep.
You know. But
So, and you know, it can go both ways. Now, I believe personally, me, is that he is being controlled by Amalek to do the things like that, to come at us. But maybe deep down inside, he do really believe it.
Right. There are
You know,
some-
and that's because I seen a video. I don't know what Israelite group it was, but one of them brothers was speaking about the situation. They said, yeah, Ye been knowing that he was an Israelite. He know he a Jew because they have certain families that actually know him. And he been actually, quote unquote, planning this to come against them openly for a minute now. So whether he's actually controlled or he actually really doing it, we don't 100% know, but it don't matter. All the work is of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Right?
Hey, that's the point that Apostle Rabbah was stressing. He says, "Have given credit to Esau."
Yeah.
You
Thank
know, when is the Lord gonna step up and do
Exactly.
you know, make the playing field even? And that's exactly what's happening.
It's being even, man. You know? What?
I just want to, but you were speaking. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah. You
No,
good, brother.
this is your platform, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but no,
I
you
got
can
right,
listen,
but
brother. You
it's-
can listen.
It's about, I would like to hear this.
Yeah, exactly, brother. You first and foremost, I'm gonna just let you know you're an Israelite, brother. All right, you're a Hebrew. There we go. You are part of if you're descent are descent from Judah or the so-called African American, you the real Jew.
That's right.
You the real Jew. But you gotta remember this. What they ain't telling you in the world is that the Jews, it ain't just the so-called African American man. The Jews is also the Haitians and the West Indies. See, when you go into the scriptures, it tells you that Judah, Benjamin, Levi, those are the Jews. That's the southern kingdom. Okay, those are the southern kingdom. They're not gonna say it in the media. They just say the Jews is the so-called blacks. But no, we got two other brothers in our tribe is considered as Jews as well. Okay, so to you Ish people, who call themselves Yahudi. Okay, who call yourselves Jews. What about the two other tribes that's a part of the Jew nation as well? Y'all won't be able to answer that.
So
You know?
the word Jew, which we had as a definition,
Get it.
you can read it.
And it's a precept that says about the three other tribes.
Right. This one is just a definition for now.
Yeah, but find that and it's when Solomon, no, it's when Rehoboam, when the kingdom was rent, and he said he's gonna leave.
That's a thing.
It's in Kings. He said he's gonna leave.
I got it.
He's gonna leave Benjamin. He's gonna leave Levi, right?
Yeah, yep.
That's the Kings. Get that real quick. You know, and we don't expect Gabe to go into the Bible and get all of this information out. That's for us. He just opened the floodgates, so to speak, on a different level, you know. But it's like I keep saying, like we keep saying, it's all the workings of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Because this thing is global. If you get on the news and say what you're saying,
Yeah.
that's how you know this is a workings of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. We ain't giving that devil no credit, all right? Because he's controlled. The scriptures speak about, I believe, Isaiah, on how he's the goddamn axe. He's being swung by the Lord, man. Okay? He's being controlled, man. So ultimately, this is the workings of Yahweh by Shema Shai. Go ahead, bro.
This is 1 Kings chapter. Let's see, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, click it again. Go to the last one.
This is 1 Kings 12 and 21. It says,
What you got?
And when Rehoboam was come to Jerusalem, he assembled all the house of Judah with the tribe of Benjamin and 140. Is that it right there? Right,
That's the Lord. That's the Lord himself.
right, yeah. So that was it.
But I mean, that's showing you that, you know, they, the northern kingdom, the southern kingdom assembled themselves against the northern kingdom. Type in rank tribes.
Well, real quick. And when you find that, I'm gonna prove that Judah is not the only Jew, right? This is Esther 2 and 5. Now in Shushan, the place, now in Shushan, the palace, there was a certain Jew whose name was Mordecai, the son of Jair, the son of Shimei, the son of Kish, a Benjaminite. See? He said a certain Jew. So the Jews ain't just Judah. Benjamin plays into that effect. Okay? Let's see. Let me get some more. Yep.
I got
Go ahead. What do we got?
This is 1 Kings 11 and 30. It says, and Ahijah caught the new garment that was on him and rent it in 12 pieces.
Yep.
And he said to Jeroboam, take the 10 pieces, for thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the God of Israel, behold, I will rend the kingdom out of the hand of Solomon, and will give 10 tribes to thee. But he shall have 1 tribe for my servant David's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, the city which I have chosen out of all the tribes of Israel, because that they have forsaken me and have worshipped Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Zidonians, Chemosh, the god of the Moabites, and Milcom, the god of the children of Ammon, and have not walked in my ways to do that which is right in mine eyes, and to keep my statutes and my judgments as did David his father. Howbeit I will not take the whole kingdom out of his hand, but I will make him prince all the days of his life for David, my servant's sake, whom I chose, because he kept my commandments and my statutes. But I will take the kingdom out of his son's hand, and will give it unto thee, even 10 tribes. All right, which is known as the northern kingdom. Okay. It says that unto his son will I give 1 tribe, that David my servant may have a light always before me in Jerusalem, the city which I have chosen me to put my name there. And I will take thee, and thou shalt reign according to all that thy soul desireth, and shall be king over Israel. All right. So
Get it to just where he got the.
the 3.
Yeah.
I think it's.
He read it and said, "I'm gonna give you this portion." Just that.
Yeah, I just wrote that.
Oh, you. No, that was the point.
10.
Well, you find that. What you got?
Oh, I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, it's right. It should be where it say, "I'm just gonna give you these 2."
Yeah,
Read
that's what we had. That's what we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, go back to that point. That's the only point. Look, you want to stray away from the point.
Yeah, 1 Kings 11 and 30. And Ahijah caught the new garment that was on him and rent it in 12 pieces.
Right.
And he said to Jeroboam, take the 10 pieces, for thus said the Lord, the God of Israel, behold, I will rend the kingdom out of the hand of Solomon, and will give 10 tribes to thee. So he gave the 10 tribes to Jeroboam.
Which is Ephraim.
Yeah.
But it's where it said that he's going to give the other to Judah. Well, maybe it's in Samuel. Maybe it's in Samuel.
That's in the 2 Kings.
Because it said he's not going to strip the kingdom from Judah. So maybe going to Samuel where it was told to him.
Here it is. Let me see. This is 1 Samuel chapter 15, verses 27. It says, and Samuel turned about to go away, he laid hold upon the skirt of his mantle and it rent. And Samuel said unto him, the Lord Yahweh hath rent the kingdom of Israel from thee this day,
That's what I was talking about.
and hath given it to a neighbor of thine that is better than thou. And also the strength of Israel will not lie nor repent, for he is not a man that he should repent.
Read that real quick. Where you at?
This is the Zondervan's dictionary, all right? And this is the word Jew. Originally, it denoted one belonging to the tribe of Judah or to the 2 tribes of the southern kingdom.
Right, so it says to the tribe of Judah and 2 tribes of the southern kingdom. When the brother just read in Kings that the kingdom was rent, and the prophet Elijah the Tishbite rent his garment in 12 pieces, that represented the 12 tribes of Israel. So he gave him Judah, but then in Benjamin. But the reason why Levi is not mentioned there is because Levi did not have an inheritance with the rest of the tribe, which is a plot of land. So what ended up happening was that Levi ended up being into that order with Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, staying in the kingdom of Israel. You know, and then the northern kingdom went with Jeroboam and actually ended up being taken over by the Assyrian Empire. So read that again.
God, this is Jew in the Zondervan's Bible Dictionary, and it reads, Jew. Originally, it denoted one belonging to the tribe of Judah, or to the two tribes of the southern kingdom, 2 Kings 16 and 6, and 25 and 25.
Get that real quick. 2 Kings 16 and 6. 2 Kings 16 and 6.
This is 2 Kings chapter 16, verse 6. It says, and at that time Rezin, king of Syria, recovered Elath to Syria, and drave the Jews from Elath. And the Syrians came to Elath and dwelt there unto this day. And Ahaz sent messengers, Tiglath,
25.
It's not right on that either. Because it says, well, I won't read it.
That First Kings is the start of the northern kingdom going into slavery.
Right.
To the Assyrian Empire.
Yep.
You in First Kings or Second?
2 Kings.
Okay. I'm gonna keep reading. But later, its meaning was extended, and it was applied to anyone of the Hebrew race who returned from the captivity.
Right. Well, it wasn't extended to any of the Israelites.
Right.
That's kind of going off, but it was those that came returned to the captivity was those that were still in that land.
Yeah.
So you understand that the 10 tribes of the northern kingdom, so that only leaves Benjamin, Judah, and what the
Levi.
brother just brought out concerning Levi. They didn't have
Had no inheritance.
they had no inheritance because those were the priests. But the priest was added into the effect. So Judah, I meant to say Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, those were classified as the Jews, man. Which I just read, and real quick, get that real again, get Esther 2 and 5. Just to prove it, because it said that Mordecai was a Jew, but he came out of the tribe of Benjamin. Hey, Salaki, we ain't got no notes and paperwork, we just going through the spirit, man. It's scriptures that, we just going back into it through the spirit right now.
The northern kingdom never returned.
Yeah, the northern kingdom never
Tell you
returned
that
at
in
the
2
time.
Kings, the 13th.
You know,
It's
and it's like rough around the edges, so to speak. But hey, hey, it is what it is. Man.
This is what it takes.
This Esther 2 and 5.
It's just us going into the scriptures, man. You know,
Seek out the book and read.
The water. Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read, man. We know it through the spirit. We just gotta, find them points. But see, this is what we have to do through the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Study to show ourselves approved. But go ahead,
This is Esther 2 and 5. It says, now in Shushan, the palace, there was a certain Jew whose name was Mordecai, the son of Jair,
Right.
the son of Shimei, the son of Kish, a Benjamite.
See, he was a Benjamite. So the Jews ain't just Judah.
Yep.
Okay? It ain't just the so-called African American man. You see?
And nothing to prove
Those that came on slave ship was Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. All right?
Nothing to prove that. The Bible dictionary just said those that returned from the captivity.
Yeah.
Now that captivity is talking about the Babylonian captivity.
Exactly.
The first one, and who went into captivity there? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
Because the 12 tribes was already gone.
Yep.
I mean, Slocky, the 10 tribes is already gone.
That's right.
I'm gonna read the next line. It says, as most of the exiles came from Judah, and as they were the main historical representatives of ancient Israel.
Yep.
The term Jew came finally to comprehend all the Jew race throughout the world. As early as the days of Hezekiah, the language of Judah was called Jewish. Yeah. But anyway, I wanted to say about that ish part. When you look up the word, you look up what ish means, it says it means somewhat, in a way, but not exactly.
Yeah.
Because
it's not Judaism. Judaism.
Yeah, because it's about them trying to recapture and take their birthright back. And what's happening when you read Ezekiel 36th chapter, they pretty much hijack the land.
Yeah.
And it says, aha, we have the ancient places, the high places in our possession. So
Which they already, they had it going back into, when they finally got it, it was through the Idumeans, man.
yeah.
Okay? When they trying to get the land, it was through the Idumeans. But real quick, somebody get 2nd Ezra 13 and 40, just so we can prove about the spirit. Just the 10 tribes was taken out. So if the 10 tribes was taken out, which leaves who?
Oh, okay.
The rest of them.
I got second Esdras 13.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
got the definition of Jew.
Go ahead.
This is second
What we got?
Esdras.
Well, get the definition.
This was, if you look up the word Jews, which we got the one out of Acts 18 to 28, but the way you pronounce it, or that they have you pronouncing it, is Yehuda.
Yep.
Yehuda, which we already understand that goes into Yehowadah, which was Judah.
Yep.
All right, but it says Jewish, belonging to the Jewish nation, and it says Jewish as respects to birth, origin, and religion. And that right there alone, they're trying to say that, we're not, again, the original Jews, the so-called Negroes, all right? But it tells you that they were the first ones born, all right? It's respects to birth, origin, and religion. Because they even take, Judaism,
Yeah.
all right? Which Judaism, again, it comes from Judah. So, yeah.
Yeah, they adopted Judaism under the ruler Kagan Bullen in the 1100s during the Crusades.
Yep.
That was right
When
before the rise.
when them the real monkeys, when they came up out of the mountain. Now you got that book, bro. You got that book. Yeah.
That was right before the rise of the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah. So y'all not the people, man. Y'all took on the nationality of it, man.
I'm gonna expose y'all flag too.
Yeah.
I got the fucking flag.
Yep. Somebody get that second Esdras 13?
I got
Go
that.
ahead.
This is
I got
second
it.
Esdras 13:40. It says, "Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land, in the time of Hosea, the king."
Which was the northern king.
Right. I'm gonna say something about Hosea. Hosea was the 19th. He was the last of the 19 kings that ruled the northern kingdom
In Assyria. Yeah.
In Assyria, right? He the one revolted against Assyria. You know what I'm saying? To lead that captivity.
Yep. Yeah, and that's in Second Kings.
Yep. Second Kings.
Yep.
It says, "Whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would lead the multitude of the heathen."
We need to stop it.
Yep,
But the point is, the 10 tribes took it away. They never returned. So those that was in Judea at that time was the Jews, which was Benjamin, Judah, and Levi, because those were the priests. When you read about the high priests in the scriptures, those were the Levites. Okay? So, what you got?
I'm gonna bring out Ezekiel. I mean, not Ezekiel. Exodus 17. And I'm gonna start at 16.
So, through the Spirit, man, we just exposing y'all are not the people, man. And y'all are being exposed on the wickedness. First of all, y'all being exposed that y'all not the people. Secondly, y'all being exposed on the wickedness that y'all are committing, man. By this man saying that he's a Jew, y'all killing him for it. It really ain't about, it's about that he's exposing y'all on how wicked y'all are. But the other hand of it is that y'all are not the true people.
Just a little tiny.
Go ahead.
Zechariah 9 and 6. You got Zechariah 9 and 6 says, "And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines." But
Yeah, and the bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. And when he's going to that, first and foremost, y'all are bastards because you have no father. Okay, Esau has no father. Legitimate. All right, and it goes into illegitimate. Now, when you read when you go into the word illegitimate, it means illegal. So, an illegal person is dwelling in Ashdod. Now, what happened was going back to the pogroms that I was speaking about in Russia. Edmund D. Rothschild funded the Aliyahs to go from Russia, Turkey, the Yemenites, from Europe to get flown, all right, into the land of Israel. And this is where you get, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the 6-day wars with the Ishmaelites.
Yeah, 6 Day Wars, yeah.
Okay? Now, when you go into Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, it says when the Israelites get their homeland, there will be no more war. But as soon as them bastards step their foot in the land on trying to claim it, it's been war ever since. So that's another telltale sign that y'all are not the people.
with the African king, what was his name? I can't remember his name, but he said like the true Jews will never have peace because they left black, but they came back white.
That's the dude I was talking about in my live maybe like a couple of days ago. Gamal, he was the king of Egypt.
Mubarak.
No, it wasn't Mubarak. It wasn't Mubarak.
Oh,
This
he's
is way
talking
before
about
Mubarak.
I sent it in the chat.
He was in 1958, he said this.
Yeah.
All right? He said that this land would never have peace because they left black and returned white.
I think his name was like Gamal.
Speaking of Moses, tell me.
Right, exactly. Go ahead, go
This
ahead.
is Ezekiel 36 and 2. It says, because thus saith the Lord power, thus saith the Lord power, because the enemy have said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession.
Yeah, and even the ancient high places are in possession. And remember, they tried to get that back in the time of Herod, man. That's why Herod was saying that he's the king of the Jews. Because the Idumeans were set up. Antipater. In fact, where my book at?
One thing about Herod too, man, what would he call his father?
Antipater. The Idumean.
Yep.
The Idumean. I got it in this book right here.
It's Idumeans, which we're actually about to read it right here too.
No, go ahead. Finish it up. Yeah, you got it.
All right,
You got it.
yeah, come on. It says again, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession. Therefore prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord power, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that you might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, and you are taken up in the lips of talkers and are an infamy of the people. Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord your power. Thus say the Lord Yahweh to the mountains and to the hills, to the rivers and to the valleys, to the desolate wastes and to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and derision.
So essentially it's saying that the Israelites are a prey and their land is being taken over
Yep.
by the enemy. It specifically calls out Idumea or Edom.
About you right
See?
here. God. It says that which became a prey and derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about.
Right. So to this day, Israel is a prey. All right. That's why the salvation is coming, because they're a prey.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession.
They're appointed. That's where you get the Balfour Declaration, right? The 1948. Okay, which is nothing but an extension of their so-called imperialism, Edomite imperialism. All right, throughout the ages.
It says again, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with the spite. Yeah. And that was also like a way to set up everything you see today. You know, they've been dwelling over there, what people think for so long, right? So now they, people believe that they're actually, the true, Jewish people.
Yeah, because it's a reclaim on that birthright. You see, and it goes back to
The
that.
dumbass
birthright,
nigga thinks just because he in the land and he can
right.
make forget, oh, those are people.
Right.
Like Esau's stupid. Like that's dumb as hell. Just because you in the land, that don't make you gonna get the promises, nigga. It's a lineage, man. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and it rested upon the 12 patriarchs, man. You know?
You know what they did? They copied, they didn't really broke no fix. They copied the same similitude that the African nations had when the Assyrians put it in the land.
That's what I was about to talk about, man. Because so I was about to say that because every time, like I'm gonna go back to the Greek Empire. You had Antiochus Epiphanes, man. They were trying. They ransacked the temple, right? But they were trying to claim that they, they were trying to tell Israel to stop being, children of the Lord. They tried it, but what did the heathen always do when they sacked the temple, man? When they went into the land, they desecrated it. They set up their idols, like the brother just mentioned in 2 Kings 17.
Yeah.
They can't. They just, I'll just say it again, they just desecrate. They profane the ways of the Lord, man. They try to be the Lord's people, but they do everything contrary to it.
And that's the thing. They didn't understand that we were a people before we were a land. So,
It don't matter if you go into the
right,
land.
it don't matter. It's like,
I got some for you. This is on Ezekiel 36 and 18. It says, wherefore I poured out my fury upon them for the blood that they had shed upon the land, and for their idols wherewith they have polluted.
Yeah, you put the idol of Jupiter, you know, in the temple.
Yep.
You know, you put a big ass pig on the altar.
Yep.
Burned it up. You know, there's you know, it's actually in history, man, that you know
Abomination, desolation.
these Edomites, which is what you know, through the Idumeans, through the Khazars, through the small hats, they all on these high holy days, man, they'll actually intentionally profane those days with abominable things, unclean things. You know, the highest celebrated so-called tradition is what goes on in Tel Aviv. You know,
50 minutes already?
Yeah, Pink City.
Yeah.
Pride. Well, that's what the pride month,
like
the
it's only
pride
been 20
marches
minutes.
start. You know? You know? That's where the pride started. So, and that goes to speak on your nature, Esau. That's how we know you're not the people. Because the scriptures say what? That he was estranged from the womb. You know? And to be estranged for something is to neglect that the love that basically the love that was established for you, all right, through Abraham, Isaac, and Abraham and Isaac, you know, because they had a tradition, they had a culture, okay, which Esau rejected.
And for the cameras, go to like I want to say an hour with shit. Do hour and 44 minutes. And then stop it. And then we redo
I was
it.
gonna add on though. Second Kings. That's you know the book that we're talking about.
Because you don't want it to be like 4 hours. You know, just kind of chop it up.
Oh man,
When the heathen sent, when the heathen had to send for a priest to come back
Teach them the law.
This the
and they'll
nigga
get
Charlemagne.
law
because they couldn't keep the laws.
Charlemagne and God got his name from.
Yeah.
So they had to be taught. They had a priest come back to teach their ass how to do it. But it says when you read down in Second Kings that they continue to serve their idols while trying to serve the Lord. So you just
All right,
can't
come
do
on,
it.
let's get
I got a
these
precept real quick.
precepts.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 21 and 24. It says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, speaking about Jerusalem. It says, and they shall be led captive into all nations.
It's talking about the beginning of what is known as the quote-unquote Jewish diaspora. Okay? Not the Babylon Aztec. This is talking about 70 AD. Read that again.
Luke 20,
Oh, Salaki.
You got it.
Luke 21 and 24, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword,
Right?
and shall be led away captive into all nations.
Yeah, because in 70 AD you had the Domitian, you had Titus, and you had Vespasian. Vespasian first because that's the father. Vespasian, Domitian, and Titus. Okay, which was called the Triumvirate. Right? If I'm not mistaken, the Flavian dynasty. Okay? And what they do, they ran into Jerusalem. All right? In fact, go with that. Get Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 28. Because this is that prophecy when the Roman Empire
Besieged
came.
all gates?
Exactly.
I got it.
Get the prophecy first.
Deuteronomy 28 and 52. And he shall besiege. You know what? Let's start the verse. Deuteronomy 28 and 49. It says, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth,
Yep.
as swift as the eagle flieth.
And that was talking about the Romans. Okay?
So it happened to be their symbol.
Which is their symbol today.
A nation.
In fact, that's
Yeah.
okay.
This is from Babylon to Timbuktu.
Yeah.
On page 84, and it reads.
Show
and-
the book from, it's brothers who may not know, sisters and brothers who are new to this. So we give y'all information. We used to go into them books a long time ago.
Yeah, we gotta
back
go back.
in.
Books on top of
Hey,
You gotta bring
books
that
on top
old
of
thing
books.
back.
Yeah.
And this is and it reads, okay,
What page is it?
this is page 84, the second paragraph, and it reads, in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem.
See, under the Roman armies, and which I just said, right? Yeah. Go ahead.
In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state.
See, we're not making this thing up. They even got it in books. Okay? Go ahead.
With great slaughter, During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people.
Right.
During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from the Roman persecution and slavery.
See that? So 1 million Jews, and is this the new? Because I thought it said black Jews before.
I mean, it's going, yeah. The slave
Okay.
markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
See that? I'm about to say, hold on, something missing, goddamn. See, black. That's why I'm mad. If somebody can look it up, just put in the quote. Egypt president, black. Fuck.
Jews left black.
Yeah, just put Jews left black and came back white, and it'll give you the president. It's in 1958.
I'm gonna go ahead. Let me keep
Go
reading
ahead,
this
no,
real
you got it,
fast. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
And that's what the brother finna read.
Yep. That's yep. From the end of the earth, even unto the other end, Slacken. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor Slacken. Let me slow down. Slacken. All right. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth, even unto the other.
Yep.
And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Deuteronomy 28:64.
Yep, and that's going into, we used to say was Islam and Christianity, but ultimately it's the idols.
Yep.
It's the idol worship. Okay, because how do they make their idols? With the wood and stone. Okay, it's really idol worship we begin to get into. Okay, when we begin to get dispersed. Okay, so go ahead and read that prophecy.
Deuteronomy.
And then, Ahmad, just hold on that what you got.
Deuteronomy 28, again in 49, it says, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shoot favor to the young.
Right?
And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land.
And they shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land, because remember, it's something called Masada. Okay, and in Masada, what happened was, and by the way, Herod made the province Masada.
Yeah.
Okay, he was a master builder. So Masada came from Herod. Okay.
And that temple came.
Yep. And what happened was, and somebody get Luke as well. Get Luke. I believe it's 21 and 19, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, trench about Luke 19. Okay, so in Masada, they besieged Jerusalem, but they blocked them all off, that they wouldn't be able to go out of Masada. Okay, so that's why they basically cut off shop for them. No export, no import. Okay, so they could eat their babies, eat the cattle, eat everything up, because they wanted to starve them out. Military tactic. That's what America does to other countries. They starve them out. We're gonna put a sanction that you won't be able to get this, get that, so on and so forth. The same people.
Then it's gonna be easy picking for you to just run up in there and kill
Exactly.
us.
Also pretense to Jacob's trouble at the times of the
Exactly. And it's gonna come back all over again.
There was an Edomite who made a quote. I can't remember where it goes back to, but he had said, if the enemy, is resistant, say they can outwait you 3 years. Edomites, they'll say, all right, we'll be back in 4. Because they know about how to do this war, man. They know how to.
Military tactic.
Yeah, military tactic.
Take a man's food. How you gonna be able to?
You're gonna be fatigued to fight.
Yep.
Take a man food, man. Well, that's what they're finna do now. They finna take away the food. You know? So it's gonna make people, which is another topic, which is gonna make people to drive further to the Hawaii when they take away their food.
Verse 51 says, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee.
See?
And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustest, throughout all thy land.
Yep.
And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which the Lord thy power hath given thee. It says, and thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters,
Yep.
which the Lord thy power hath given thee in the siege, and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee.
Cannibalism. So this is not now going back. This is happening in the Roman Empire. Okay, when the Israelites was besieged, and then we had to scatter after Roman persecution, 70 AD. This is the last time that the Jews was in the homeland of Israel. Okay, is that it on that?
Yes.
All right, go ahead, Lamont. Ahmad.
God, Luke 21 and 24, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
See what the brother just read, and then what the other brother just read in Timbuktu. They fell by the edge of the sword. Okay, go ahead.
It says, it should be led away captive
Right.
to all nations. And
And they
Jerusalem,
should be led away captive into all nations. This is what is known as the Jewish diaspora. Okay, quote unquote Jewish diaspora. That's how they say it in the paper. You know.
Israel lost their sovereignty a long time ago. So, and the only person that was, the only entity that can give Israel their sovereignty back is the Lord, and that's what we're proving. These Jews that's claiming the land, they automatically have sovereignty. That's why they was able to fly into Israel, you know, without anybody stopping.
Through the Aliyahs.
Yep.
And the Aliyah means to be lifted on high. So that's how they got there. They was lifted on high by the way of the plains. It was an Aliyah. Okay?
Balfour Declaration.
Yeah, but before the Balfour Declaration, I'm talking about before it. All right?
I guess
We know about the
different-
before the Balfour Declaration, they was already setting it up. So, and this is why it was set up through through the so-called Nazis. My man Hitler, right? Because he knew who the true Jews was. See, so they put him up there as the boogeyman.
Yeah, because they was in bed with the Germans. They was-
Exactly.
Edomite
So it
Germans.
was a setup to get them into the homeland by paperwork, because because it was already they was already flying them over there, you know, secretly since the 1800s, man, by Edmund D. Rothschild. Look it up. It's called the Russian Pogroms. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this is the pogroms in the Russian Empire. It says pogroms in the Russian Empire. It says were a large-scale, targeted, and repeated anti-Jewish rioting that began in the 19th century. Pogroms began to occur after Imperial Russia, which previously had very few Jews, acquired territories with large Jewish populations, from the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth and the Ottoman Empire from the 1772 to 1815.
Yep.
These territories were designated the Pale of Settlement by the Imperial Russian government, within which Jews were reluctantly permitted to live.
Yeah, because remember, the Edomites, they was pushed out, and they was pushed out to Europe. So this is that whole land: Poland, Turkey, Lithuania, and all them different lands, man. That's where they was over there. Yeah.
It says, and it was within them where the pogroms largely took place.
Right.
It says Jews were forbidden from moving to other parts of European Russia, including Finland, unless they converted to Judaism or obtained a university diploma or first guild merchant status.
Yep.
Migration to the Caucasus, Siberia, the Far East, or Central Asia was
So
not
when they say migration from the Caucasus Mountain, that's where you get Caucasian from. Okay, it was a migration. Okay, they left out of the mountains. Okay, go ahead.
Mario.
It says, It says migration to the Caucasus, Siberia. It says in the Far East of Central Asia was not restricted. Now, I want to get into 1881, 1884.
Yep.
Here we go. Now it says, now this is in the same article. Now this is from 1881 to 1884. It says the use of the term pogrom became common in the English language after the large-scale wave of anti-Jewish riots swept through southern Western Imperial Russia.
Yep.
It says when more than 200 anti-Jewish events occurred in the Russian Empire, the most notable of them were pogroms which occurred in Kiev, Warsaw, and Odessa. The event which triggered the pogroms was the assassination of Tsar Alexander II, which was the last Tsar in Russia. It says, for which some blame agents of foreign influence, implying that the Jews committed it.
See, they were doing underhanded demonic shit. They was taking people's money. They were stealing
Yeah,
goddamn
going into that too.
resources. Okay, so they said get these motherfuckers out of our land, but it was all a setup, you know. And this is why the Rothschilds funded them to get shipped over there. It's already been a scale for them to so-called get to the Holy Land, man. So we can definitely go back to the Ezekiel, okay? Because now they finally got it, you know.
Why do you think why do you think Putin's is taking back Kiev and Ukraine? Because America secured Kiev and Ukraine for the Amalekites. That's one of the reasons why Russia is fighting to get that land back. It says, one of the conspirators was of Jewish origins, and the importance of her role in the assassination was greatly exaggerated. It says, local economic conditions, such as ancestral debts owed to Jewish moneylenders, are thought to have contributed significantly to the rioting. And this is confirms what you just said about them committing usury and taking people's money. It says,
And where you at?
right here, about the moneylenders.
Okay, after that, look up Aaliyah.
And it says, and I'm gonna cut this short.
Yeah.
It says, with regard to the participation of the business competitors of local Jews and the participation of Russian railroad workers. But yeah, and then it goes into basically how they was screwing with the railroad work and all of that.
Yeah, they was doing too goddamn much.
Yep. They were stealing gold. They were stealing all types of stuff.
That's why. Guess what? Who own all the diamond establishments, man? Amalek, man. That's a fact. That's why they made the movie One Man Adam Sandler, man. They showed that they showed that the Amalekites was a bunch of low down dirty bastards. That's in the movie Chill.
They always had evil practices.
Yeah.
Always. And that's
They show it in the fucking movie, but when you say it openly, oh, now you condemn. You the worst thing since Hitler. Now this nigga, now Ye was a promoter of Hitler. Now Ye, he was fascinated at Hitler as a child. The nigga grew up in Chicago. Ain't no niggas fucking with no goddamn Hitler. You know? We no niggas fascinated about the goddamn Holocaust. Nigga from Chicago. He coming to find out, sources say that he was fascinated by Hitler. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but he exposed another one of their practices too.
It's the boogeyman shit. You know?
You know, you said Hitler, and I actually just looked up a Hitler quote real fast.
Go ahead.
All right, and this is on the 12 tribes of what is it? 12 tribes of Israel on just on Google.com. All right. No. It says the Jews, fake news, will never be able to live in Israel in peace because they left here black and came back white.
Exactly.
That's
Gamal Abdel Nasser.
That's his name, Gamal Abdel Nasser. That was the Egypt president, and he said this back in like 1958.
Yep. And here go the quote from Hitler, because the white Jews knows that the Negroes are the real children of
This
Israel.
is what Hitler said, man.
Because the white Jews knows that the Negroes are the real children of Israel.
They may cut this guy.
And to keep America's secret, he did. And to keep America's secret, the Jews will blackmail America.
Exactly, because they said that what's his name, Jesse Owens, the runner, the track racer. They said that he didn't like him. No, he actually came and shook his hand, man. See, that was a fucking lie. Because he respected the fact that these were the true Jews, man. Okay?
And Hitler's lineage goes back to Solomon Rothschild.
Yeah. Because he was a Jew.
That's the secret relationship.
His mother was a mistress. Okay? Yeah, Jews and Nazis.
Yeah.
The fucking Nazis was goddamn Jews, man. They had family intertwining together, man.
This was back in 12 and 26. Satan fighting against
Yeah. This is another proof that your kingdom is going down because you got Edomites fighting against Edomites, man. That's Satan against Satan. How should his household stand, man? How should the empire stand? How should the kingdom stand? You see?
Because Amalek is pretty much taking that inheritance from the rest of the Edomites.
Exactly.
So
they fighting
They
against
fighting against each other.
They will extort America. Their plan for world domination won't work if the Negroes know who they were.
Exactly. And this is the reason why Gabe kept on saying, we Shemitic too. He said, we got the blood of Christ, which is the truth. We got the blood of the Messiah, which is Yahushua. Okay? We come straight through that lineage, man. Judah, which is the so-called African American of the day. Right?
He said it on that movie with what's his name? Y'all know which one? When they figured out what angels and demons.
Da Vinci.
The Da Vinci Code. The Da Vinci Code. With
He said it
the
on
worst
there.
actor of the world. What's his name?
No. Nigga
Nicolas
played it.
Cage.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage. I
Nicolas
just watched
Cage.
The Happening with him.
Yeah, that nigga can't act for shit, man.
Last movie he did was Face Off.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage,
Good one,
man.
yeah, good one.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage, man. But the Da Vinci Demons, man. Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, that was Tom Hanks.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, Tom Hanks
Tom
was in
Hanks,
it. Yeah. He played in
National Treasure.
National Treasure.
Yeah.
National
What are you
Treasure.
gonna do?
Yeah.
Steal the Declaration of Independence.
Trash, man.
I liked it though.
That movie was trash.
He was like a lot of trash.
Being that's how you leave with trash.
Yeah, go ahead.
They tried doors in my house.
The white citizens of America will be terrified to know that all this time they've been mistreating and discriminating and lynching the children of Israel. Romans 1:25.
That's the real deal. That's what you evangelical Christians been finding out. You've been oppressing and
The Lord's
forwarding.
people, man.
Yeah.
Because see, y'all had the image of that he was a white man, so y'all love Jesus.
Yeah.
But when you find out Jesus, you know, who they call Jesus, he's really a black man, a dark skin, dark brown, right? And his descendants is the same niggas that you don't give goddamn loans to. The same niggas that you first fired, last hired, first fired. You know? So real quick, get Hosea 1 and 10 real quick.
I got it.
Yep, go ahead, get that.
This is Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, you are not my people.
Which we already broke that down, going back into Jerusalem, because they were scattered, so they were saying, you're not my people, right? But we're bringing it to today, you know, qualifying the scriptures. The same thing is happening now today. Go ahead.
There it shall be said unto them, you are the sons of the living power.
See, it's being said now that we are the sons of the living power. We are the Jews. We are the Israelites. And that's happening in this place right now today, man. You see? We're declaring our nationality. Somebody hold on deck. Well, get it real quick. Isaiah 44 real quick. Read it from like verse 1 all the way to like 4 or 5.
And it's crazy. They change
Isaiah 44.
They change our nationality every few decades. First we Negroes, color, everything but who we are.
Yep.
And then we black, and then we at one point we're African American.
Yep.
But which one is it? Which one is it?
Colored.
You know?
You know? Yep. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 44 and 1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith the Lord that made thee and formed thee from the womb.
Israel, whom I chosen, vocab. All right? The Lord always chose the Israelites, man. And you niggas trying to bring in that supersessionism, which is bullshit, which is a violation of Revelation, the 22nd chapter, in the 18th, 19th verse. You're adding to the word, man, and you're taking it away. So you niggas got, y'all got charges on y'all. That's right. All right? Go ahead.
It says, thus saith the Lord that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen.
Yeah, my first. That's the one, my first. Who's the first? The Israelites. Okay, go ahead.
For I will pour water upon him.
Somebody get Isaiah 29 and 22. Go ahead.
For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground.
And that water is a representation of the truth. That's why Yahweh said, and back in, I believe, Mark 4, he said, if you drink of this water, all right, you will never thirst again. Okay? So what's happening is the Lord is basically downloading the truth to us, man. Downloading the understanding to us, man. And it's in the form of the water, which is the scriptures. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses.
Yeah, we're gonna begin to become alive. Okay? If we was a dry ground, when you put water on a dry ground or any type of seed that's in the soil, that seed begin to bear fruit.
Start to root.
Right,
It start to root. It start to bear fruit. Go ahead.
Yeah, again it says, and they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses.
And this is why you see a lot of Israelites popping up saying that they're claiming our nationality.
Yep. Verse 5. It says, one shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob.
See, we saying we Jacob. We saying that we come out of the line of Jacob. Okay? That's what we're doing.
Well, back in Hosea, the first chapter, it tells you that Judah and Israel should be as one head.
Right.
So, it says, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel.
See? Are we not surnaming ourselves by the name of Israel? And why we got is a surname, right? Because remember, we was given a name in this place. See? The byword and the proverb. We was given a name. So now we're surnaming ourselves. Like we can say, my government name is this. But I'm surnaming myself to this. That's what happened in the scriptures. Saul to Paul. And it was other Simon and Peter.
Surname is like a last name.
Yeah, surname. Yeah.
That's why we say, we name ourselves Yashar. Bun Yahweh, Bun Yashar.
So we're surnaming ourselves by the scriptures. That's the fulfillment.
Bam.
We ain't going by our born names. Born in this world, our government. We say our government names. So it's like we're surnaming ourselves by this title now, and that's prophecy, man. Because remember, back in the day, 10 years ago, 13 years ago, right? Well, shit, I'll go with the beginning of this thing, 2007. When you see brothers back then, we used to ask questions: what's your nationality? Christian, African American, Baptist. You see, Muslim. When we say what's your nationality, but now you ask that question now. You got Jake saying we Hebrews. You got Jake saying we're the Israelites. You see, we ain't saying that we this race or nationality or fucking color no more.
There's a good part.
Remember we used to say, that's a color in the crayon box, man.
Right. We don't say that no more. When we say what's your nationality, yeah, I know I'm a Jew, or I know I'm a Hebrew. That's the scriptures, man. We actually witnessed that through the Spirit, man. We witnessed that.
But, hey, read it down.
Go ahead. Let me stop talking. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord, the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, the Lord of hosts. I am the first, and I am the last, and beside me there is no power. And who, as I, shall call, and shall declare it and set in order for me, since I appointed the ancient people. And the things that are coming and shall come, let them shew unto them. Fear ye not, neither be ye afraid. Have not I told thee from that time, and have declared it? Ye are even my witnesses. Yep, so there you go. It's a cut. It's a point. And the things that are coming and shall come, let them shew unto them.
So, hey, you gotta hear at to hear. We the Lord's mouth, basically. We His witness.
Yep.
It said, fear ye not. It said, fear ye not, neither be ye afraid. Have not I told thee from that time, and have declared it? Ye are even my witnesses. Is there a power beside me? Yet there is no God. I know not him. I ended up.
This is Psalm chapter 50, verse 21. It says, these things hast thou done. Matter of fact, I'll start verse 20. It says, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
That's talking about the Edomites.
All the
See?
vending machines.
Go ahead.
It says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence.
Yep.
Thou thoughtest that I altogether was such an one as thyself.
Yeah, because nothing happened to the so-called white man. Nothing happened to the fucking Edomites when you came against the children of Israel. Because ultimately it was a judgment of the Lord. So y'all got proud, you see? And it was said in history, okay, that when you first came over to the west coast of Africa, when you took a boat of slaves, you sent one ship first. You see? You sent one ship just to test it out because you knew that these were the children of Israel. You took one ship and you shipped it over here, not even over here, because that nigga, that Spaniard, that so-called Jew, Cristobal Colon, he went to Hispaniola. He didn't come to America. Okay, but anyway, they shipped one ship and to see what was going to happen. So that's time.
Yeah.
It takes 3 years to get here. Okay, so that was time right there. It take a year and a half, pardon. It take 3 years for ships with Tarshish to come back. So they had to wait a year and a half to see if the Lord was going to place judgment on them.
Yeah, they would stop them on the way.
And it didn't happen. So like, oh shit, we got the Lord's people. Let's go. And in fact, it's something called Elmo's fire, which is talking about the chariots that guided them over here, man. Okay.
Wasn't
I gotta preach something back.
in a book that you still got that book? Was it Documents of the American History?
Yeah.
And in that book, Columbus, he made a quote. Basically, he wrote a letter to King Ferdinand and Isabella, and he was basically thinking the Lord was on their side. He actually said that God was on their side.
Yep.
And God was on their side.
Yep.
You know, through the curses.
Yep.
The Lord set that emotion so that they can act out placing the curses on us.
Yeah, because if there was no people in this land, in the documentation it said that Isabella and Ferdinand told Cristobal Colon in the documentation, it said that you will conquer the said islands and any people that's in the islands. How did they know there was people in the islands? If you just stumbled across it, Native Americans. No, you knew that they was there, and it was the plot was to go conquer those people.
And he read 2nd Ezra 13th chapter.
Yep.
That's how you found out. Well, he would interpret.
It says, it says, thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself.
Did you start it over? Cut. Did it cut off?
Mine's still going.
The phone?
Yeah, it's still rolling.
Yeah, I'm saying like it did it like what you mean it cut?
Live, but it stopped.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
the camera went black.
Oh, that's expected.
It says, but I will reprove thee and set them in order betwixt thee before thine eyes. It says, now consider this, ye that forget the Most High, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver.
Somebody get on my channel. You on it? Okay, come on. What is it doing?
Buffering.
It's buffering. Okay.
Cut. Again, it says, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. And that's what you see.
What did I name it again?
On a mass scale now. The Lord is pulling the nation of Israel back together. And you're seeing the media being provoked into creating a media blackout. You know?
Because Esau's on the defense.
Yeah.
They're on the defense. Their world is coming down.
Got a scripture.
I'm done.
This is Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 10. It says, because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it. Whereas the Lord was there. Going back to what the Lord was talking about, you thought, your voyages and your enterprise was going to be successful in taking Israel. All right, because those two nations.
29.
It says those two nations are Israel and Judah. It says, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. It says, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies, which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. And that can defend what the brother was saying, because you didn't see nothing bad happen when you took, a part of our people back, to Europe. You thought you were still good because nothing happened. Over the time of years when you were voyaging back and forth, because hey man, it's recorded that Cristobal Colon was already coming. You know, he was referring to North America as the mainland. He'd already been here before 1492. I think even almost like what, the early 1470s, if I'm not mistaken. But he had already been coming back and forth. All right. So, but right there again, it says again that I have heard all thy blasphemies, which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. Ultimately, your pride, you know, waxed great, and you thought, okay, yeah, we can do this to these people. We can, you know, because it says out of thy envy and hatred for them, you know.
That's why it's gonna be cut off.
Yep.
So like, if I may add to, there's a book called The American Holocaust. And in that book, it actually verifies what the brother just said about Esau taking trips over there. So Esau been coming over.
Yeah.
And this was an actual, oh yeah, it is a burnt offering. That's what the word Holocaust was back to. You know, you read it in Hebrews, the 10th chapter. Holocaust, I believe, but it means a burnt offering. Yeah, Esau was offering these to Satan. The demons,
that was his sacrifice.
Yeah, the third sacrifice.
That was his sacrifice.
Yeah.
That sacrifice was so-called killing those 6 million Jews, 6 ironically, so they can be able to they sacrifice them so they can use a scapegoat to get into the land. You see? And you so-called Jews, y'all go with that goddamn thing, but y'all gonna find out that y'all not the people. See? Like that bitch ass nigga grabbing pork, what's his name? Michael Rabin, yeah. Y'all ain't the Remy. All right, Remy. Remy pissed off.
Yeah.
Remy mad as hell. Cause you really think you really think you a Jew. That's why he pissed off. You gonna be, hey, real quick, this what you gonna be in Apocrypha, where it says that they should complain of an ungodly father. Y'all gonna find out that your father, your foreparents lied to you, man. Y'all not the holy people.
That's Jeremiah 16.
Got it? Let me get it.
It's an Apocrypha, yeah.
Yep. Sirach 41 and 7.
Because a lot of these Jewish people is getting hit to the heart. Like, wait a minute. What do you mean? What do you mean we're not the people? You know? A lot of y'all saying it. What do you mean?
Some of them making videos, like, some of them making videos on YouTube, actually, you know, just dealing with it, like, yeah, we're not the people.
Yeah.
You know, they the
Yeah.
See, they know that's a witness against you.
Your own people be like, damn, you know what? We really not the people.
Like Eleanor Trump. She made a book. She wrote a book. You know, that woman. Oh my goodness.
I know. I think I know which one he's talking about. It's in
but I'm going to read this Sirach 41 and 7. It says, the children will complain of an ungodly father.
Yep.
Because they shall be reproached for his sake.
See, and y'all being reproached, man. Y'all being reproached for all the evil, the wickedness, the lies, the cover-ups.
Yep.
Okay? Go ahead.
It says, but woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High Power, for if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction. And if you be born, you shall be born to a curse.
Yep.
And if you die, a curse shall be your portion.
That's it. That's Esau.
Yep.
All right?
Hey man, it's going down, bro. Cause they coming after Kyrie too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they coming after Kyrie because he just endorsed a movie that's on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Hebrews, from Negroes to Hebrews or something.
So, hey, he ain't scared. What's up? Well, and you know, he always been saying slash stuff.
Yeah.
I would say he's the sincere one.
Yeah,
You know, I would say he's the sincere one. And then I would say, you know, Ye may be, you know, the opposition of it. But, like I said, it was a brother. I don't know the brother name. I can't remember the Israelite camp. There's a lot of camps out here. He said that, you know, he has family that actually knows Ye, that knows he's an Israelite. And this is something that he's been wanting to bring out. So, could he be sincere? Possibly.
You can't contain it. The spirit is like fire, like Jeremiah.
Yep.
And I'm just going solely off of what this man has said about they having family members and things like that. You know, I'm just going off of that.
It's the truth.
precept, Jeremiah 16 and 19, it says, O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles
shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies.
Because the lie is propagated on their whole, what they're saying. Their narrative is that they're the people because
they're white.
Yeah.
That white is a part of that.
Yeah.
That status of white. Okay? They're not the pure, they're not the holy people. You know?
And they believe that they're the people through their mother.
Yeah, that's another lie.
Yeah. So
See?
it's like,
That's another lie. It ain't through the mother. And that's in the Torah.
yeah.
Okay? What is it? Thawarah. Right? For you Ish people, man. It tells you in the Torah that the pedigrees is by the fathers, man. But see, y'all go by the mothers.
See, so it's backwards. So you find out that this devil really is against what the scriptures are saying.
Exactly.
You are exposing yourself, man. You know?
There's a little bit more. I'll read though. Jeremiah 16 and 19. It says, O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit.
And the world is finding these things out, man. The world is finding it out because they're saying, damn, Ye was saying that this is what they was going to do to me. And they actually started doing it. See? So people ain't stupid as we think. Because people was actually saying in all the comments, it's like, this is actually proving that he's right. So, hey, give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. All praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Okay? Because he's doing things, man. And like I said, this is all, like we said, not me. This is all the workings of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Okay? What's going to happen next? See, this is an interesting movie, man. You got to understand what's happening to the spirit, man. This is another level in this movie of ours, man.
What a time to be alive.
Closer and closer.
Say it again.
What a time to be alive.
Hey, what my man say off Matrix? He said, "Ooh, so exciting!" Matrix. Then was the brother, the light-skinned dude, who played he played U.P. Newton on Black Panther. You know, he said, "Ooh, so exciting, man." Yeah. You know. So this thing's exciting, man. It's interesting. What the Lord is doing, man. You know? Go ahead.
All right, I got something for you, man. This is Isaiah 41 and 8. It says, but thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, who I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Thou, whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, thou art my servant, I have chose thee and not cast thee away. So the Lord chose us, man. We're the chosen.
Hey, and that's a quote that Paul said. He said the Lord has not cast away his people.
God forbid.
Right. You know?
So
we're here. We've been made known, man.
He was talking.
Yeah, he's talking to the other Israelites. Well, we talking to the other Israelites. We're talking to the Gentiles. You know, we are the people. The chosen, man.
The seed of Abraham.
This is Isaiah 25 and 5. It says, for thou shalt bring down the noise of strangers as the heat in a dry place. Even the heat with the shadow of a cloud, right? The branch of the terrible ones shall be brought low. And the noise.
And that's Esau.
Right. And because we're bringing down that, the noise, all the lies that they're spewing out, all right? All that confusion. What the main topic we've been talking about is them trying to ascribe and believe that they're the chosen ones.
Hey, you so-called Jews, y'all making yourself look real bad, man. Y'all making yourself look bad. Y'all didn't think this shit through.
Right?
Y'all didn't think this shit through. Y'all making yourself look real bad.
They didn't think of, they didn't take into account the latter end.
Yeah, that's it. Y'all ain't think this shit through, man.
So many holes in there.
You know, it shows that that the Lord is taking the smarts from you niggas, man.
Yep.
Y'all ain't think this through, man. By exposing yourselves, you're exposing yourselves. You see?
Yep.
By trying to put this narrative out there so everybody can cry for your ass, y'all actually being caught up in y'all fucking lies, man.
But then say that he that rolled the rock upon the hill shall roll back, back down upon him.
Is that in the Apocrypha?
It's in, I thought it was in Proverbs. But
it really
it
is.
says, and in this mountain shall the Lord of hosts
Get that. If we can find that precept, that's a good,
and in this mountain shall the Lord of hosts make unto all people a feast of fat things, a feast of wines on the lees, of fat things full of marrows, of wines on the lees well refined. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
Yeah, man. So that's what's happening. In this mountain, what mountain? This government system we're in, America. Okay, beginning with America, man. Because to be honest, a lot of nations in other countries know that we are the chosen. Yes. Okay? God, read that again for me.
Con, it says, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people.
So the face that the covering cast over all people. So everybody is finding out what lineage they go back to. We're finding out that we are Shemitic. When Ye said we're Shemitic, well, he said Semitic, but we know what he means. When he said that, you don't think people was actually going into the Shemites and
Googling it,
and you know, looking up that thing?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know, what about the bystanders that be around the brothers, you know, and they kind of like, they would gainsay, they kind of kept their ear to it, but then they're like, okay, you know, whatever, you know, and then they hear it on globally, what Ye said, oh shit, you know what, the Israelites were saying the same thing. I had put that on Instagram, I had made a comment about it on Instagram on how the Israelites in the corner has been saying this forever. And we've proven it through the scriptures. What Ye doing ain't nearly what we've been doing. And I'm getting a hell of likes for it. Because people know. People like, oh shit, you're right. Those people on the corners been saying this. You know? So it's giving people that drive to go search things out. The Lord is waking up the multitude, man.
It's your turn.
By this, thousands can be woken up. You see? That's Yahweh Shem Al Shai, man.
Hundreds.
You know? Go ahead, you got something? Go ahead.
more
Oh, there's some more of that, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, it says, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
And the veil that was spread over all nations, man. And what's the veil that spread over all nations? Okay? Everybody has been given a byword according to the Esau. You see? Everybody has been getting a proverb and a byword. And then these other nations, they have changed their ancient names. You see?
I'm going to jump down to verse 9. It says, and it shall be said in that day, lo, this is our power. We have waited for him, and he will save us. This is the Lord. We have waited for him. We will be glad and rejoice in his salvation. Because above it even talks about, you know, wiping away the tears and all that, but the cover and cast all the lies. At the end of the day, we're going to be saying we were still the children. We were the children. We were the ones. All right. You know, like you said earlier, original men. All right. The ancient people.
This is St. Luke chapter 12 and verse 2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid.
Hey, man, this is all in the spirit, man. It's the work of the Lord, man. That's right. 8 means Yahweh. That's right. You go into it. Yahweh goes back to the number 8. Yeah, look how lit up it is. See? Come on, man. Can't make this up, man.
St. Luke chapter 12 verse 2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed.
See Esau tried to cover these things up, but the Lord said he's going to uncover the casting of all people, man. That's right. And this how we know that we at the end, man. This is a clear indication that we are at the end right now.
That shall not be revealed, neither hid, that shall not be known. Therefore, whosoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light.
Exactly.
And that which ye have spoken in the ear in closets shall be proclaimed upon thy housetops.
It's the housetop. This is the opening of the gates, man. This is where everybody, this is the public view. You know?
I got that Proverbs.
Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 26, verse 24. I'm going to start up a few verses. He that hateth dissembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him.
Esau, so-called white man.
The NLT version says, people may cover their hatred with pleasant words,
Yep.
but their deceiving you. It says 25, it says, when he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart.
Come on, man.
They pretend to be kind, but don't believe them.
Is that not the devil?
Their hearts are full of many evils.
That's the white man right there.
Verse
So
26.
go to the Holocaust Museum.
Right.
Understand what it's about. But what about our Holocaust Museum? What about the death that happened to our people, man? They disregarding everything that we're saying, everything that Ye is saying about Planned Parenthood. Hey, who the fuck spoke about the Planned Parenthood? When he said that this is the number one fucking genocide, a killing of our people. What about that? Who the fuck said anything about it? They went right past it, man.
Who shall bemoan thee?
The media. Everybody went right past it. You know? But that's cool. You know? You get a little mad a tad bit, but overall, hey, pass it up, nigga. Because y'all gonna find out that we are the people, and the Lord gonna give us that power to place judgment on this place, man.
That's right.
Begin with Yahweh Shai first, man. Alright? So judgment is about to take place. So keep passing it up. We don't give a fuck if you agree with us or not. The Edomites that do agree with it, you still going into slavery. You see?
What he say on the Matrix? He said the Morpheus. He said
Cause y'all
not everybody.
bugged out too. You Edomites that's on our side, y'all still bugged out. Cause y'all got that Martin Luther King philosophy, that integration. We all one people shit. You know? Deep down inside, your real Edomite nature is being covered up because of the way of the world. You know?
God. Verse 26, it says, whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be shewed before the whole congregation.
Come on, man.
It says, while their hatred may be concealed by trickery, they're
under the guise of being all Americans, under the guise of quote unquote humanity, we're all people. You know.
It says their wrongdoing will be exposed in public.
That's it.
Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him.
See that? He that rolleth a stone will be turned upon him. Okay? Whatever whatever man sow, that shall he also reap. Okay?
In the NLT it says, if you set a trap for others, you will get caught in it yourself.
Hey, now what did Haman the Agagite do?
Yeah.
And the Agagite goes back to the Ish people. So this whole plot and plan that y'all trying to get set up to come up against us, the prophets, the men of the Lord, y'all trying to hang us on the gallows. But guess what? The Lord is finna reverse it, and y'all gonna get hung on the gallows, man.
Backfire.
This thing is gonna backfire, and it's already backfiring on you, man. Cause y'all didn't think about the end. Esau ass, he only thought about eating right then and there. He didn't think about the blessing in the long run, man. So y'all thinking y'all finna put in these laws and judgments against y'all by y'all left-hand prophecy, but ultimately you're bringing in prophecy, the real prophecy, that's gonna fuck y'all up. That's right. Stupid.
It says if you roll a boulder down on others, it will crush you instead.
See that? And y'all trying to roll the boulder down on the Israelites, man. And by doing that, that's gonna bring in what? That's gonna bring in our spiritual powers, man. So fucking do something. Try it. Try it. Y'all trying to sneak. Y'all see the devil trying to sneakily attack us. You see? But by you trying to come another way, you gonna fall, man. See, y'all know y'all can't directly attack the Israelites. So what y'all doing is y'all trying to set up different scenarios to justify yourselves on doing it. But when you try to justify yourself on bringing in the family of the word, that's a prophecy. When you try to justify yourself, Revelation 12th chapter, somebody get that. And start from verse 11. It's going to come down upon you.
Hey, Scripture say you can't do nothing against the
Revelation
truth
12,
of the
11, you
Lord.
said?
That's it.
This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 11. It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb.
Who overcame him by the blood of the Lamb? The Israelites, the prophets. And what? Through the testimony. Okay? Through Yahushua. Through the faith that we have in Yahushua. That's the blood that was laid in front of us. Okay? Go ahead.
And by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death.
See? Go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, I was good.
Go to 10.
Okay, Revelations 12 and 10 says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his Hamashiach, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down.
See, the accuser of our brethren is cast down. Okay? He's finna get cast down.
Which accused them before our power day and night.
Yeah, and when you go into the word accuser, it goes into, somebody look that up. It goes into putting you in a box, putting you in a specific category. Okay? So they try to keep us in that nigga, blacks, Latinos, Native Americans category.
Yep.
That, remember, Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter speaks about how is he numbered among the saints. You see? Because they thought our end we was going to be in derision. So they thought less of us. They thought that we was going to be specifically in this particular box. So when the Lord do come, my people is going off. But you devils, you ish people, right? Y'all get the industrial the prison industrial complex mixed with the
war on drugs.
The war on drugs that y'all brought in, mixed with the hip hop industry. See?
Black exploitation.
The black exploitation. Y'all brought in all of that shit to box us into this mindset, man. So y'all thought that the Lord wasn't going to wake us up. That's the accuser. You see?
They search out a nigga.
Well, I posted earlier about the revelation of Method I saw in the chat. Basically, that's from the point of view of Esau, he's guiltless for putting out or for doing what he's going to do to us.
Yeah.
As long as he tells us, and if we don't put the pieces together, that's our problem, not his.
That's why he put it. That's why he put it right in front of us.
You're right, right.
Nope, I put it out there.
Yeah.
You know.
I told you. Yeah,
But
yeah.
see, y'all didn't think that the Lord was gonna download the Holy Spirit. See, y'all didn't look to y'all end, man.
It says, "For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night." So, like, I know you have the definition, right?
Yeah, come,
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You want to read it, and then I'll go to the next scripture.
All right, cool. This is accuser. The dictionary accuser say a person who claims that someone has committed an offense or done something wrong.
Yeah, they're accusing us of breaking the laws, not following after what Yahweh Bashim Shah put in front of us. So they're accusing, hey, look, he's doing this, he's doing that. They're homosexuals, but you bitch ass niggas the one who created the civil rights movement, which underlined and brought in the LGBTQ. You see? And you motherfuckers the ones who funded the gay is the new black.
Yep.
Y'all did that shit.
Limitations too.
They jumped the line.
Y'all did all of that shit. That was y'all. But then you want to go accuse us, accuse Jake because y'all use witchcraft and sorcery through the medium, through psychology, okay, to play with our psyche, man. See, y'all understood the workings of the brain through what is called the subconscious. And y'all figured out how you can tap into someone's subconscious to make them, to control them. So y'all went that route through the media. Now y'all upping it up through the charagma, because when you put the charagma in, that's the ultimate control.
Yep.
You can have whatever, you can make them do whatever the fuck you want to do. That's MK Ultra, man. So you devils got a lot on y'all fucking plate. All right?
And another word for accuse is false imputation.
Yep.
All right, so y'all put false imputation on us. You ain't got, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Created caricatures.
yeah.
Had us demonized.
It's
us.
called culture creation. Y'all created our culture. See? This is for the culture. This is for the culture. Our culture don't consist of fucking battle rap.
Nigga shit, man.
Our culture don't consist of selling drugs.
Exactly.
This is the culture. We doing it for the culture. We doing it for the block. This is the black culture.
And that's a war, man.
Y'all created that shit. That's the war, man.
Yeah. With Amalek each generation.
Y'all created that shit.
Oh, okay.
Y'all created that shit, man. That's the war that we have with Amalek. Y'all created our whole false being, man, and tried to put yourself into the mix.
The nigga was their greatest creation.
Go ahead, get that war.
I got you. This is Exodus 17. I'm gonna start at 13. It says, and Joshua discomforted Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And the Lord said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. For I will utterly put out a remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. And Moses built an altar and called the name it, what to say? Jehovah Nisi, but it's Yahweh.
Yahweh Nisi.
Yahweh,
The son.
It says, for he said, because the Lord
have sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
And this is a part of that war, man. And this is that war. And it began through the Atlantic slave trade. Well, I'm sorry. No, it did not. Pardon me. It began when y'all tried to take the temple. When y'all tried to take the Holy Land through Antipater the Idumean. When y'all tried to get the Holy Land back. Okay, we're gonna go back into the brotherhood, where it says that into the Gentiles, into the fullness of the Gentiles, because the Gentiles have our homeland. Okay, so it began back then, not even not even the Balfour Declaration. You see, because the so-called Amalek, Herod was a so-called Jew. Y'all infiltrated the land. Okay. Yep, John Hycrates. And that's what this book is about. What you got right there? You got some more? You gonna bring out something?
I want to bring out something. Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, this is how y'all got y'all flags. As a matter of fact. This is 13 Tribe by Arthur Carson. Those brothers got it. This is on page 137. It said, according to one theory, the 6-point shield of David, which adorned the modern Israeli flag, started to become a national symbol with David Alroy's crusade. Ever since, writes Barron it has been suggested the 6-cornered shield of David, therefore mainly a decorative motive or a magical emblem.
Oh, so it's a magical emblem.
Yep. It says began its career towards become the chief national religious symbol of Judaism.
Yeah, which is good. Really, that goes back to
Star Rim
the Star Rim.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with David. That ain't got nothing to do with David. That star is a pentagram.
Yep.
Okay, that ain't got nothing to do with David. Go
It
ahead.
says long used interchangeably with the pentagram
Exactly, pentagram.
or the seal of Solomon.
Yeah.
It was a tribute to David in mystic and ethical German writings from the 13th century on and appeared on the Jewish flag.
So it's mysticism.
Yeah, that's that lie that they perpetuate, that Solomon had a ring, with the signet on it that can control demons.
Well,
and all
no,
that
that's
stuff.
true. Because remember, Solomon went to the dark side at one point in time.
Yeah.
So, part of it is true because if he was dealing with that left hand for a certain period of time, that's what because the Masons deal with King Solomon.
Yeah.
Right.
The Masons, King Solomon, this and that, because the ring, he dealt with demons and this, that, and the third. Well, parts of that is true because he was dealing with other gods by those women. You know what I'm saying? And the scriptures do say that he King Solomon, he basically went to the dark side.
I'm just talking about the story with the whole, the ring and all
Well,
that.
yeah,
We
but
don't,
I'm saying, if you go into like the history of the Masons of knowing the witchcraft, because they said they get certain things from Solomon. Solomon dealt in witchcraft. So a part of that, not saying the whole thing, but part of it is like, okay, this is where you get it from, because the scriptures do say that he went to the left side. He was dealing with gods and other deities and things of that nature. Whether the ring is true or not, they got those records. So it could have been a ring, you know what I'm saying? It ain't written in the scriptures, but we can keep it open for whatever you take it as.
There it says and appeared on the
Because we was all like, oh, Solomon ain't do this, but we didn't know.
he
did go to the left hand side when you read the scriptures. He did. That's the truth.
It says and appeared on the Jewish flag in Prague in 1527.
Yep.
So the shield, the so-called shield of David, man, that's not a righteous thing.
Yeah, that goes back to the Amalekites.
Yeah.
But I thought you was gonna bring out
I was thinking
about
that's the connection.
about how they got the
Land.
yeah.
That's probably
I just from the location of Israel.
It was good.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I haven't read it in a minute, so I thought you had it. So which one is yours? Yeah, that's
Okay.
It says this is page 223. It says while this book deals with past history, it unavoidably carries certain implications for the present and future. in the first place, I am aware of the danger that it may be maliciously misinterpreted as a denial of the state of Israel's right to exist.
Right, okay, yeah, the state of Israel, okay? Because there's nowhere in the scripture says the state of Israel, okay? It goes back to Esau.
It says, but that right is not based on the hypothetical origins of the Jewish people.
Right, so it's false. Go ahead.
Nor on the mythological covenant of Abraham with the Most High.
Right. So they didn't descend from Abraham. They didn't come through that lineage. Go ahead.
It is based on international law, i.e., on the United Nations.
See, through the United Nations. So this wasn't a scriptural on how they were supposed to inherit the Holy Land. You see, it wasn't based off scriptural. It was based off of a law that they implemented. Okay? Right, an international law. Go ahead.
It says, it's a United Nations decision in 1947. The partition Palestine,
right?
Once a Turkish province, then a British mandate territory into an Arab and a Jewish state.
Yep.
So they
created something out of thin air.
Yep. Yeah, and they got the Ishmael and they
divided
fighting
the land.
over the land. They still fighting. It's not even theirs. Theirs alone.
That's why that bastard shut the land ass down. They trying to fight over land that they know good and goddamn well that ain't fucking theirs.
And then they still fight against the Palestinians and making settlements in Palestine.
Yep.
And killing. They just killed 6 women last week. With Jerusalem.
It says whether the Israeli citizen racial origins and whatever illusions they entertain about them, their state exists de jure and de facto, and it says and cannot be undone except by genocide, without entering into controversial issues. One may add as a matter of historical facts that the partition of Palestine was the result of a century of peaceful Jewish immigration and pioneering effort, which provide the justification for the state legal existence.
Right, because what they're saying is basically that these people have been through this and that, so on and so forth. We have to give them their homeland back, so to speak. You got to find where they can actually dwell at. You know, that's what they did. We're gonna find a place for them to live, and that just goes back to the spirit of the Idumeans, written in Ezekiel, what is it, the 36th chapter, where it says, "Aha, we have took in the ancient places." Okay, and the ancient places talking about Israel. Go ahead.
And say whether the chromosomes of its people contain genes of Khazar or Semitic, Roman, or Spanish origin is irrelevant and cannot affect Israel's right to exist.
So it's telling you that they came from the Khazars and they came from the Romans, man. That's where they came from, the Caucasus Mountain.
It says,
so they're Shemitic, but the scripture said, "In Isaac shall thy seed be called."
That's it. That's the point. In Isaac shall thy seed be called.
Which was Israel.
Exactly.
It says, nor the moral obligation of any civilized person, Gentile or Jew,
fiat nationality. You know, because fiat meaning what? False currency. You know, they have a fiat currency, a fake money system, but they are a fake fiat meaning out of nowhere.
Yeah.
See, a fiat nationality. Y'all pregnant, see? A fiat nation. Y'all just came out of nowhere. Y'all came out of nowhere and said that y'all the people. Just like y'all came out of nowhere and said that this money is money. Yeah. It's a fiat nation. You know?
Like that ain't legal tender, you ain't a resident.
Right.
It says to defend the right, even the geographical origin of the native Israeli parents and grandparents tends to be forgotten in the bubbling racial melting pot. The problem of the Khazar infusion 1,000 years ago, however, fascinating.
The Khazar infusion And 1,000 years ago is when they left out the fucking mountains. When they got up out of the mountains in Georgia, Russia, through Kagan Bullet, which would be today a little hat person who wanted to take over, and we're gonna find a religion, a nationality that we can live off of. You know, because ultimately they worship the Talmud, and they are polytheism, which many gods. Many gods. So what they had to find out is where we could get, you know, make this lie of a one God that we believe in, so we can get into, you know, get into the land.
It says the problem of
Because they followed everything after the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Motherfuckers imposters.
It says the problem of the Khazar infusion 1,000 years ago, however fascinating, you know, is irrelevant to modern Israel. It says the problem of the Khazar infusion 1,000 years ago, however fascinating, is irrelevant to modern Israel.
It's irrelevant.
Very relevant
to modern Israel.
To modern Israel. It's more on it
So
too.
it's breaking it down, man, that those people actually took the land. It wasn't through inheritance. Okay, it was through a law. Somebody get Isaiah 10 and 1 real quick. It was through a law, man. Decree. It was an unrighteous decree.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 10 and verse 1. And it reads, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees.
And that unrighteous decree came off the paper and throughout was known as the Balfour Declaration. That was an unrighteous decree. So they had to find a catalyst to be able to get themselves in there, and they used it through World War II with the Holocaust. Through propaganda.
Because they got a whole thing debunking that whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Auschwitz was a resort.
It was a resort.
It had a swimming pool,
Yeah.
tennis court,
Yeah,
soccer.
yeah. It was a chill spot.
Yeah, exactly.
In those chemical chambers, they said that they used to stuff the bodies and all of that. They were even
Yeah. And
They died from typhoid disease. They didn't typhoid. They didn't die off of no gas chambers, man. They died from typhoid disease, which is unsanitary goddamn disease. They were some dirty ass rats.
It's a bacteria disease.
It's a bacteria disease. Cause guess what? When you go into the get that they wore their fucking clothes until they disintegrated.
Oh,
their fucking bodies. You was some dirty ass people.
I got you.
Dirty ass. Dirty ass. Y'all was some dirty ass people, man. All right, it was a bacteria disease, man. That's how you itch people start to die. And it was a disease that spread. So if you know anything about a plague or a disease, in order to get rid of it, like they did with the bubonic plague, they had to burn the people. They had to burn the cities. So there was dirty ass people that was diseased, and so to stop the spreading, they actually had to burn certain places where the disease wouldn't spread from.
They would die when they would die off.
They had to burn the body.
Exactly.
They had to burn them in the head. They had to burn the niggas in hell, in the Gehenna.
It's an actual guy that did all the research.
You know?
And he actually brought them to court. And they was in trial. And he was basically pointing out that they can't burn as many bodies as they said they was burning at Auschwitz. And they got the layout of the furnaces and all of that.
Yeah.
It was like 5 different furnaces, and you can only fit 5 people at a time. So, and
6 million.
Yeah, and it goes to what you just saying. And they silenced this guy. I forget exactly his name.
Come on, man. The world knows that fucking Holocaust was a lie, man. Besides you stupid ass people. You simple people walking around here, y'all don't know. But people that's in different worlds, they know that the Holocaust was fake. Just like 9/11 was fucking fake, man. You got it?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Just
Somebody look up the typhoid disease, man.
Yeah, just back in Arthur Cost 13 tribe, man. This page 39. It say accustomed to the splendid baths of Baghdad, our traveler could not get over the dirtiness of the Turks.
Read into it. Where you at?
it's gonna go into the
Well, no, you got it. You got it.
Yeah,
It's the page numbers.
yeah. This is just back in off the caution of 13 tribe, page 39. It said, accustomed to the splendid baths of Baghdad, our traveler could not get over the dirtiness of the Turks. Dirty.
Dirtiness.
And y'all took the Turks. The Turks was Ishmael, man. See, y'all took that over. Okay, the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire began with the Ishmael, man. The so-called Arabs today. And what y'all did, y'all came and took over the land, okay? And y'all called yourself the Turks. You niggas got no inheritance. No inheritance, no heritage, no nothing, man. Okay? Y'all don't got nothing. So what y'all do is y'all take from other nations, man.
That's right.
Y'all was not the Ottoman Turks, man. In fact, y'all wasn't even the goddamn Aryans, man. The Aryan nation goes back to who? The Syrians. Okay? Go back. Go ahead.
Come. It says the gods do not wash themselves after defecating or urinating.
See, y'all take a piss, take a shit, you keep on moving.
Don't wash your hands. Don't wash your hands.
Like a bunch of dogs, man. God. Go ahead.
It said, nor do they bathe after seminal pollution.
And you know these Edomites, you so-called white people, you got these damn Edomite women that's been getting on YouTube speaking about how they only bathe once a week, man. Or once a month,
Y'all
man.
take water showers.
This y'all people, man. These are so-called white people, you Edomites, man.
They were like so.
Y'all even condemn yourselves by even coming up on here and saying that y'all don't bathe. See? We bathe once a month.
Making a fresh, fully clean commercial, just washing up and fucking in on water. Fuck out of here, man. It says the gods do not wash themselves after defecating or urinating, nor do they bathe after seminal pollution or other occasion. They refuse to have anything to do with water. God damn.
Sound like a cat to me.
Shit.
Y'all refuse to do anything with water.
You're nasty.
Where's my water man?
You're nasty.
It says, for real, it says particularly in winter, when the gods commander-in-chief took off his luxurious coat of brocade to don a new coat the mission had brought him, they saw that his underclothes were fraying apart from dirt, for it is their custom never to take off the garment they wear close to their bodies until it disintegrates.
Custom.
That's their custom.
And that brings a disease, man.
Yeah.
That brings a disease. A bacterial disease which y'all had, man.
It says it's highly contagious. Typhoid is highly contagious.
Typhoid is a contagious disease, man.
It's a salmonella.
So just like the bubonic plague, you had to burn a particular land or particular area. Now remember, just some history, this is what Rodrigo Borgia was doing, which was the father of Cesare. Well, his name was Pope Alexander the Sixth, right? Pope Alexander the Sixth, what he was doing to the Germanic tribes and the nations over there in Spain, you know, he was sending his enemies, because when he got on the papacy, he was sending his enemies to lands of where the bubonic plague was. Okay, so they can actually end up eventually dying off. Okay, I'm gonna give you this province, but that province was where the bubonic plague was. That's why you see the movies when they see the people with disease, they see it's the movies.
Season of the Witch.
Season of the Witch.
Yeah.
I think The Last Kingdom, when they see, they got the plague. They was talking about the bubonic plague. Because if you was around those people, you would get diseased and you would get the plague and die.
That was in Season of the Witch too.
That was Season of the Witch too. So they show you in the movies that plague was deadly. That was the same plague of the typhoid, man. So by default, you gotta burn that type of, you gotta burn that shit. That's what was really happening to them, man. You know? Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, and then when they defecated, when they pee, when they poo and pee. When they
took a shit.
Yeah, when they took a shit, they were highly nasty. They ain't nothing sanitary in that Auschwitz.
It says
That's how people. retracted.
Move their bowels.
Shit crumbs and shit on your ass still.
Sad.
And then y'all have sex and make dirty babies and shit. You know, freaky.
He born dirty.
Yeah,
It's strange.
yeah. Dirty from the womb, man. Go ahead.
Another Turkish tribe, the Bashkirs, shave their beards and eat their lice.
Damn.
They are nasty like that.
Y'all
That
dirty,
Tal-
man.
That Talmud, you go into the Talmud, that's
Y'all
that's
rats,
all
man.
about.
Y'all are dirty, man. It isn't the reason why we get called rats, man. Y'all go through everything, man. I'd rather eat anything, man. You know, rats, remember they live in the garbage, the trash. So they get anything, man. That's you people. That's your people, man.
It says they search the folds of their undergarments and crack the lice with their teeth.
I'm looking for my own people, dude. They ain't nowhere around here.
White supremacists.
Just a white person's spirit, dude. Those motherfucking roots and culture is proud to be from Europe.
You an Edomite.
That's what they call. Oh shit, they call Trump supporters white supremacists now. So I guess I'm a white supremacist.
Hey, live it up. You good. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Just ride my motherfucking ass this morning.
Dang.
My rights in there that I lived out of, my guns are in there, they got my dogs in there. I'm out here on the street naked.
Hey, you can't let them get to you, man. Go ahead.
Come on. It says, it says the Turkish tribe, the Bashkirs, shave their beards and eat their lice. They search the. It says they search the fold of their undergarments and crack the lice with their teeth. Hell yeah. It says when Ibn Khaldun watched the Bashkir do this, the latter remarked him, they were delicious. They say
So y'all
delicious.
eating lice and y'all said the lice was delicious, man. Y'all nasty as hell.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna read this too.
Forget about the lice with the woman.
Yeah, yep, that's what I'm on.
You eating my bitches is dirty as hell too, man.
It says sexual Moors and of Guz and other tribes were a remarkable mixture of liberalism and savagery. It
That's
says
why the Moors had to teach Esau how to bathe themselves.
Yeah, the Moors had to teach y'all how to bathe, man. Etiquette.
this page 38, I went backwards. It says the women wear no veils in the presence of their men, nor strangers. Or strangers. It says, nor do the women cover their parts of their body in the presence of people.
Yeah, the Romans, man, they didn't do that. This whole naked shit that you Israelite women got going on, y'all get that from the fucking heathen women, man. All right? The whole new beaches and all that goes back to the Romans, man. That goes back to the Romans.
They still do that in Europe.
That
in
free
Norway,
spirit shit.
Sweden.
That goes back to the Edomites. And you simple, stupid ass black women, y'all take a part of that custom, man. By showing your ass and shit. You know? That goes back to the Edomites, man. That ain't your culture. To be naked. That feminism shit, that came from the so-called white woman. The slut war, that goes to Gloria Steinem, man.
And then the eyelashes come brothers.
Dirty.
That come from the Europeans, man. Europeans.
It came from
European
sluts,
prostitutes,
man.
Yep.
And you take hold of that. You don't even see Edomite women wearing goddamn umbrellas, man. You see the damn nigga woman do it, cause she's
Long-ass
cause she opens her mouth as a thirsty traveler. You know?
It says one day we stayed at the palace.
The Lord gonna destroy this place, man.
That's right.
See, everything that's happening is because the Lord is gonna come back and destroy this place. All right? Ain't gonna be no fucking smiles, man. Ain't gonna be no smiles sooner or later. The Lord gotta get rid of this place. And he gonna do it, man. We just gotta have patience. But this place is demonic, man. All right? This place is filled with fucking evil, man. All right? Go ahead.
Come. It says one day we stayed at the place of the Guz and were sitting around. His wife was also present.
Right?
As we conversed, the woman uncovered her private parts and scratched them.
What kind of nasty shit?
It says, and we all saw it. Thereupon we covered our faces and said, may God forgive me.
Yeah, because you ain't supposed to see the nakedness of another man's woman.
Yep.
See?
It says, even Ishmael had integrity, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Because they take on the Ishmaelites, they take on the part of the, well, technically these is all ancient customs, though.
Yeah.
You know, these is all Eastern
customs.
Eastern culture customs, man. You know? Now remember, but Esau, he was casted off, man, because he was the vile of the world, man, the wicked of the world. You know? Go ahead.
It says the husband laughed and said to the interpreter, tell them we uncover it in your presence so that you may see and restrain yourselves. But it cannot be attained. Proud ass.
That's wicked as fuck.
Proud
That's
ass.
lust and all type of demonic shit. And that's why they walk around naked here today, and they try to, you know, hide a man from his actual nature.
Yeah.
Is to, you know, go forth of doing whatever, you know. And then you get the whole rape and then the whole demonic ass bullshit. You don't see no naked woman, I gotta contain myself. That's stupid as fuck. That's you damn, you retarded ass Edomites, man. You know? But in this society, hey, we do gotta contain ourselves because we can't just do what we want. So it's fighting against the nature of a man. You know, this place is, that's hell. Stupid ass people.
You say this is
After
better.
that, you get some precepts.
You say this is better than when it is covered up and yet attainable. That's it. It's more, but that's it.
Yeah. Go ahead, I'll read the precepts.
Oh, this is Jeremiah, or it's like Job 30:1. It says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, which the word younger goes into weaker, right? Because Esau, the so-called white man, was made weaker than, you know, Israel.
Genesis 25.
Yeah, it
God.
said Jacob will be strong.
God. It says, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs in my flock. Because what we just got done reading, these, you know, crackers, man, were dirty as hell. It says,
And they were 5 dogs.
yeah.
You see what they doing
Yep.
to the dog, bestiality.
Yep.
They having sex with them.
Yep. It says, yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, and whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former times, desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. And you look at the type of land, the land that they lived among with the caves, it was like steppe land. It was, you know, void of resources. All right. It was a bunch of bushes. All right. It says, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat.
Yeah, and when you go into juniper roots, that's actually a healthy ass fruit, a healthy ass plant that helped them survive until today. Because they would have been cast, they would have been dead. But the juniper roots, when you go into the benefits and things like that, hey, that's a clear immunity, keep the immunity up like a motherfucker. And that's why Esau is so big on the herbs and stuff. You get the herb information from who? Esau. Because that's how the Lord preserved their life, just by the herbs, man. You know? And we was by the herbs too, but when you go into Esau, they precise when it comes to
That's why
the herbs and stuff like that.
Abandoned like 30-something, 32-something herbs
Yeah.
last year.
Yep. And they give us the king's food, so we can die off, man. Pharmakia. And that's what they did when Christopher Colon came here. They said we gotta switch it up, you know? The Tuskegee experiment, no, I'm sorry. What they call it, the World Health Organization? The World Health Organization was actually a branch of the Tuskegee. You know what I'm saying? Which is the institution which to manipulate, to find out what you can eat, cannot eat, what's healthy for you, what's not healthy for you. And they used that pharmakia. That was going back to Christopher Colon, man. It's called the CDC down there.
Yep. It says they were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as a thief.
And there was a thief, man. And that's what happened in the programs in Russia. There was thieves, man. Taking the, finding out sneaky ways to get land, to get property. Okay, taking people's resources, taking their stores away from them. Okay? And there was a thief. And that's why they was being hated.
Yep. Also because, you know, they were so grotesque and disgusting. You know, they would, when the Edomite came around at the time, they saw him like, you know,
Yep.
you know, he's over there, you know. But it says to
A fugitive, a vagabond,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Cain, it goes back to Cain.
It says to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks. It says again to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks.
The Caucasus Mountain, man.
It says among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together.
Yep.
They were children of fools, yea, children of base men.
Yeah, and that proves it right there in the book I just read, 13 tribes.
Base
Children
men.
of fools.
Yep.
Base men, man.
Base men.
It says they were viler than the earth.
And women.
That's the dirt.
Yep. But I had another scripture because these vile people managed to somehow take everything that they got now today. And I was going to read in Micah the 2nd chapter, in the 2nd verse, it says, and they covered fields.
Start from verse 1.
Okay, come. Micah 2:1 says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Yep.
When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Yeah, they devise schemes and plans and plots to be able to take over the Holy Land. Yeah, right? And to say that they are the children of Israel. You know?
To come out of their state that they were in, such a disgusting state, they plotted, they lied, they said, what book was it where they were able to scheme and they realized that by using religion, they could use that to make their nation, get power. But,
Yeah.
I think they was it Josephus, I think.
Yeah, he was speaking about how they came down and they formulated Judaism.
There you go. Come. But it says, but it is because it is in the power of their hand.
Judaism isn't in the Bible nowhere. And a lot of things that these devils say, you can't find it in the Bible. If they God's chosen people, but you can't find these terms in the scriptures. Judaism, Jewish, you can't find it in the scriptures. Remy, that nigga, he made a distinction. He said, we're not Jew, we're Jewish. He was telling the truth. Idiot, you trying to make a fucking point. We're Jewish. Yes, y'all are Jewish. Y'all are not the people. And he thought he had a one-up.
Yeah.
No, dummy, you're right. Go ahead.
Be so wrong at the same time.
It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence and houses.
Weak ass comedian, man. You a fucking horrible
he
comedian.
is.
You a weak ass
Yeah.
motherfucker, man. You always been weak as hell. You can tell the difference from that Edomite to my man who had the black wife.
Gary Owens.
Gary Owens. You can tell them two different comedians, man. Gary Owens is the Israelite, man.
He funny.
He probably Ephraim. He's silly as hell, man. Him and Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey and Gary Owens versus Remy. We can see that them have a different lively spirit upon them other than this dude, man.
You see how he gets salty? He always got that.
That little
that
bitch was
epic
salty, man. That little punk was salty
Yeah,
as
he
hell,
always
man.
got that epic salty.
He was salty as hell. And then the nigga exposed on how all these Jews, y'all got a whole goddamn y'all got a group chat. Y'all got a group chat. Anybody say something against y'all executives, y'all in the whole group chat. You exposed that. Hey, I don't like the way, yeah, you see that? And now y'all come together and everybody coming up and saying some shit. Weak ass motherfucker.
That's about to die.
Y'all going into slavery, man.
That's right.
According to the Bible, y'all going into slavery, man.
It says, and they covet fields and they take them by violence and houses and take them away.
Yeah, y'all take it by violence, man. All right, y'all set up coups. Y'all set up things called hostile takeovers, which you begin to do the business faction, and then you ultimately do a hostile takeover through the actual grabbing up people's land and resources, man.
Gentrification.
See, that's what you Edomites do, man. Beginning with the Ish people.
It says, so they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
See, you oppress a man in his house and a man in his heritage, man. You see? The things that we do naturally, being the people of the Most High, you oppress that. And you put wickedness above us, man. You know?
Actually, I'm going to keep on reading. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil.
See, it's a family that the Lord don't fuck with. Somebody get the Zondervan's Bible Dictionary and pull up Edom, man. It's a family that the Lord ain't dealing with, man. And get Malachi 1. It's a family that the Lord, the creator of the universe, don't fuck with. And that's the so-called white man. The Edomites, man. The Idumeans. All right? Go ahead, Op.
This is Edom in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. And it says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. See notably Isaiah 34:5 and 6, Isaiah 63:1.
They say what, a future prophecy?
Yeah, I'll read it
So
again.
where is it that the Edomites is done away with? When it's something, whenever you hear about future, it's talking about the end days, man. Yeah. Okay? This is in the future. So they have a future judgment. Isaiah the 66th chapter. Revelation the 18th chapter. Isaiah the 34th chapter. Okay? We're speaking about the destruction to the Idumeans, to the Edomites, man. Go ahead.
It says she is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from God.
Yeah, and when you go into the map of where the Israelites were, the neighbor, Judah, was right next to